So how's news of the ceasefire going down in Israel? Nisreen el-Shamayleh joins us live from there. So is it quiet there at the moment?
Well, let me just tell you that we've been able to confirm with the Israeli police spokesperson that 12 rockets were launched from Gaza into southern Israel after the ceasefire announcement was made. At least one of them was intercepted by the Iron Dome missile defense system. This is as far as the details we're getting from the Israeli police. They're not sharing details about where these rockets exactly landed. We've been speaking to Israelis across the country to just try to gauge their reaction to their government signing a ceasefire agreement. And these people either live in the southern communities that have come under rocket fire or in big cities like Tel Aviv. And some of them told us that the ceasefire is a bad idea, but that they feel the government was forced to sign it because so many people in the southern communities were suffering from the constant rocket fire. One person told us, who was against the ceasefire, said that he can't believe that Israel came to the point that it would actually sign an agreement with Hamas. Other people we spoke to actually welcomed the ceasefire, said it was a good idea. It prevents a further escalation, a ground operation. Most people's concerns were, they said, that there would be a high death toll among soldiers if there would be a ground operation. So people who welcomed the ceasefire said that the main deterrent they felt in the way of the government pursuing a ground operation was actually the loss of civilian lives. One woman we spoke to actually said she was happy about the ceasefire because she was concerned about the tens of thousands of army reservists whose drafting was approved in the last few days, and she said she was happy that they would be returning home. However, there are people who told us that they have concerns about this ceasefire and still want to test it and see if it holds. One of the concerns is that other Palestinian factions, not Hamas, not the Islamic Jihad, who weren't directly involved in the negotiations to reach the ceasefire, would act alone. They say this would be a concern for Israelis, and another concern is how long, how sustainable this ceasefire would be, because people told us that they felt, based on their experiences in the past, that usually there's always, they felt, a breach in the ceasefire, and rockets would be fired into Israel from Gaza at some point. So mixed feelings among the Israeli people, but mostly we understood people are welcoming the ceasefire because it avoids the escalation, and they feel the government was simply forced into it so that people or more fatalities wouldn't occur here in Israel or among the soldiers.
Nisreen, one of the aspects of it appears to be this idea that they would put a halt to targeted killings. In the past, Israel has been very keen to continue to have that right, and maintaining the right to carry out those attacks on Hamas leaders and other leaders of factions and so on. How difficult a sell would that be, do you think, to the broader political establishment?
Well, I mean, the Israeli government, the officials are not really sharing details about the ceasefire, why they agreed to it. What we understand from speaking to officials is that they are happy with the terms of the ceasefire and that they're committed fully to the ceasefire, but that especially the idea of easing the blockade was a bit of a concern for the Israelis. That's why they're putting off discussions on it and, in a way, trying to get Egypt, which was the main player in brokering this agreement, to guarantee to the Israelis that there wouldn't be more aggression coming from Gaza in the event that the blockade is lifted or eased. But the assassinations, as far as the assassinations are concerned, the Israelis on an official level say that they are fully committed to the ceasefire that they signed.
Okay, Nisreen, thank you very much indeed for bringing us right up to date there.